For 2 centuries, roughly 1600 to 1800, Europe's rulers held on to the old medieval order, while new ideas bubbled beneath the surface. These tensions, conservative versus progressive, would produce astonishing art, from deeply religious to boldly secular, from patriotic to playful, from Baroque to neoclassical. For some historic background, we'll start with the religious struggles that eventually split Europe into 2 camps, each with its own distinct culture: the exuberant art of Catholic elites and the sober art of Protestant merchants. We'll see how France, with its divine right kings and their art, emerged as the center of European culture, and how excessive royal decadence led to violent revolution. And finally, how a dashing general would set Europe on a bold course toward the future. The art and architecture of this age was also a powerful political tool. The kings and queens of the day claimed they were ordained by God to rule without question. These so-called divine monarchs used art as propaganda to convince their subjects that their authority was legit. This magnificent German palace in Würzburg was home to the so-called Prince Bishop. He was a ruler with both secular and religious power. It was built in the Baroque style and decorated in the even frillier Rococo style that followed. As VIP guests arrived, they'd glide gracefully up the stairway, inspired by a grand fresco as it opened up overhead. The Prince Bishop was the center of the cosmos, honored by the Greek gods and ruler of the 4 great continents, including a bare-chested figure of America seated on an alligator at a rowdy cannibal barbecue. And Lady Europe points her brush to the center of all culture, the capital of his realm, Würzburg. Palaces of this age feature grandiose architecture with decoration that abhors a straight line and is full of motion. Artists used mirrors and lavish gilding to enliven interiors. They were masters of 3-dimensional illusion, using all the tricks from painting mathematically correct architecture to fake shadows, all to give a believable sense of 3D reality. Again, art of this period was pure marketing, paid for and serving either the church or the state, or in the Prince Bishop's case, both. Here, the bishop is being blessed by the imperial scepter, reminding all that he was part of a divinely ordained and secular chain of command.